are we this evening? So the name of the music that I was listening to, for those of you guys that are asking, if you go to YouTube and you find Viking Music Official, you will find them. Let's see what I'm doing here. Miss Julia DeWitt, you are first. I only have a couple of tickets left. Holy shit. Y'all gonna work me this evening, aren't you? Y'all gonna work me this evening. It's all right. It's all right. I'm all right with that. All right, Miss Julia. We got to take the bracelets off because they've done their job. They've been good paid actors this evening. If you guys would like to grab a ticket while there's still a couple left, if you go to my link tree, there is a link right up there at the top. Woo! I don't realize how sweaty I get doing that till I go to take my bracelets off. I would leave the music on, but YouTube kind of throws a fit about it. All right. Ready? So for those of you guys, there we go. Rainbow colors for my palms. I don't know. Everybody sees different colors. Some people see yellow. Some people see blue. Everybody sees different colors. So yeah. All right. Miss Julia, you ready? First of all, right off the bat, you have Jera sideways up here. This is your gifts. Everything else is in a line down here. Okay. So let me kind of explain this a little bit. A lot of times when we get too focused on our physical protection, our mental health, our finances, which yours are sideways, we get in this, it's like we get unbalanced. There's a reason that there is a 5-pointed star. There's a reason that is used in so many different cultures. Not only is it the 4 elements, but you have to have the 5th, which is the spirit. If you don't have the spirit, you're not in balance. So you get too focused on these other things and you get to like this impasse because you have the ice one over here. So right now you feel like you're at an impasse. You feel like you can't get financial things up and running. They're just sideways, like you have enough, but you can't ever seem to get ahead. Mentally, you're on the ball. Physical protection, you kind of are getting that on the ball, but the problem is you're so focused on this that you're ignoring your gifts. Like they're way up here. And what's funny is they're way up here, but this rune is sideways. So that tells me that it's almost like you've kind of set them aside, probably not purposefully. You've gotten focused on all of this other stuff. But with this impasse, with this just frozen in place, I'm going to encourage you after seeing these to kind of take a step back. Take a step back. Trust me, all the bills will still be there. All the things you worry about will still be there. All of the physical protections, all of those things will still be there. Okay, they'll still be there. Take a step back and take a breath for a minute. And remember all of these gifts that you have. Guys, the easiest way to reconnect to your gifts is literally to sit back and kind of think about as a kid, like all of the things that you were able to do as a kid. You saw people here and there. You talked to people that were gone, whatever it is. Okay? So, take a step back and breathe. Take a step back. So, Miss Julia. Yeah. Take a step back. Take a step back from all this. Because this rune right here, this block, this ice, is keeping you from reconnecting to all of these gifts, which is keeping you from moving forward with these. Does that make sense? It's like when we ignore one thing, it can get all whopper-jawed. We can move forward for a little while, but after a while, everything gets whopper-jawed. Don't stress about this roadblock. Don't stress about the finances. Just take a step back. Literally, take a step back. Go watch some cartoons. Go eat a charcuterie board. Just remember when you were a kid. All of those gifts you had that scared the shit out of you, that scared the shit out of other people. Just saying. Just saying. Okay? Just saying. I think that should just be my advice for everybody this evening. Just go get your pajamas on. Spider-Man, My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright, whatever your favorites were, go get your pajamas on. Get your charcuterie board, and I will meet you in the morning at 8 a.m. Or your bowl of cereal. I don't care. You're welcome, Miss Julia. Miss Jennifer Avery, I have you down for 2. Did you mean to get 2? Let me see. Let me make sure that you don't have somebody else's. Because if you accidentally got 2, it's no big deal. We can get you refunded, sugar. But we need to get Jennifer Avery refunded because it looks like she paid twice on accident. All right. Okay. So, Miss Jennifer, this is kind of about you, but for a situation that's going on. And I don't know if you're here or not, but let's chat. And if not, and you're watching on YouTube later, let's chat. Because there's 2 kind of lines here, okay? This talks about someone that's in your life that's younger than you. I'm going to say this is probably a kiddo, whether this is yours or a niece or nephew, whatever. They're related to you because the family rune is kind of sideways right here, going into your line, but not all the way. This kiddo has some absolutely amazing gifts. I would bet this kiddo is also neurodivergent, neurospecific. I have a feeling that this kid holds more power in them than they realize they do. They have some intense gifts. I would not be surprised if this kid has some severe social anxiety. I also wouldn't be surprised if this kid it lashes out. The only thing that you can do in this situation is to be there for this kiddo. Okay? Is to be there for this kiddo. This kiddo has a lot of the same gifts that you do. And even though you didn't have anybody to guide you when you were younger, you being there just to listen to this kid is exactly what needs to happen, okay? A lot of times it's really hard for us to guide younger people because we don't know what to say. We know what we needed to hear when we were younger, but sometimes that's not what they need to hear. So here's what I usually recommend. Just being there for that kiddo and giving them a completely unbiased person to talk to about their gifts, about the things that they're seeing, the things that they're dreaming about, the things that they just know, that they hear, whatever. Giving them a safe place to discuss these gifts without any judgment can do more good than trying to push them, make them learn, make them use their gifts or whatever. Your role with this kiddo is to help guide them and to kind of protect their guidance. Does that make sense? I'm trying to move you guys away over here. YouTube's acting up tonight. YouTube doesn't usually act up. It's usually TikTok. So I apologize, YouTube. But Miss Jennifer, I hope this helps. Okay? Just be the sounding board. Be the safe place for this kiddo to talk. Literally be Mr. Miyagi. You know what I mean? Aw, thank you, Yuma. Be Mr. Miyagi. You know what I mean? Just saying what I'm saying. All right, Miss Christine Carver, you are next. Thank you, love. All right, I'm going to write. I don't know if Sass is here. And heard me ask about refunding Jennifer's other one. But I'm going to make myself a note so I don't forget. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Sass. I didn't want to, let me mark that out. I didn't want to take her off the list. You know what I mean? Until I knew that you had got it. All right, Miss Christine. I love you right back. We're going to do it this way. Well, what happened to you yesterday? Because I read for you last week, and well, I read for you Monday, and it was all about, you know, family and getting back to you and repairing your relationship. But I get the feeling that something very intense happened to you over the last couple of days, because a lot of these things are very interesting. Plus, you have the only blank rune that I have in this set. You have a very strong gift rune, you have a power rune, and you have them both touching this blank rune. You also have... Okay, so let's talk about this, and then we're going to talk about this. Because this is something that's happened the last couple days. So I know that you're here. So the blank rune is like... You know, in a deck of cards, you have the Joker. It can kind of be anything. So depending on what the blank rune is around, depends on what it is. Okay? Does that make sense? So. I would bet that you've probably had a very weird headache over the last couple days. Not super intense, just weird. Like in places you haven't had a headache before. I would also bet that your hearing hurts. And I know some of you know exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean when I say hearing hurts. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times when we go through a massive level up, it doesn't just happen gradually. It's like bam, like bam. Not only do we get a real bad headache, well, it's not bad. It's just in a weird place. And then it's like, it hurts. Everything is louder. Everything is brighter. And the loud, usually it's like, God damn, you don't have to be so fucking loud, even though someone is literally just breathing next to you. So, being that that blank rune is right there, it's hard for me to tell what is popping up with you. It's hard for me to actually get a grip on what gift it is that's coming forward, because both of these runes right here are bringing this forward, and it's still kind of unknown. So I would be willing to bet that you still have a little bit to go before this fully manifests, and it literally happens to everybody. Oh, thank you, Cinders. It literally happens to everybody. Okay, when we go through a level up, sometimes our gift doesn't even know what it's going to manifest. So we end up with this massive dose of power. We end up with all of these gifts coming in, but they don't solidify just yet. Just give it time, okay? Don't stress about trying to figure out what this gift is. Don't stress about trying to figure out what kind of level up you went through. That's where people get caught up the most, is they need a label on it. They need a label on it. You don't need a label on it, okay? You don't need a label on it. I'm getting to the point where I hate labels. I hate labels. Don't stress about a label on this gift. Just let it. My mentor tell me this, and I've been trying to pass this along, and it's been a while since I've shared this. My mentor told me to always keep the little foam earplugs with me. Always. I always have a little travel pack in my purse. Okay? Because a lot of times when you're going through a level up, it's not just people's energy that gets louder. And I'm putting that in air quotes, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just people's energy that gets louder. It's every single fucking sound around you. Even just literally your dog breathing is like, oh. I always keep those little foam earplugs, okay? I also always keep at least one good charged thing of earbuds on me at all times too. Because when you're in a place where not only noise level, things are too loud, but energy, people are too loud, there's a reason that our brains like classical music, okay? Doesn't have to be the slow kind, but classical piano music. If you're in Walmart, if you're in Costco, if you're in any place, the mall, whatever, that is concrete, steel, marble, energy gets stuck in there and it just bounces around, okay? So having those earbuds, whatever it is you prefer, and having just classical music on, it will help, I promise. It will help, okay? Make you a playlist or whatever so you can listen to it. But earplugs and that music will help you tremendously. It'll keep you from going crazy, okay? I promise. So let's talk about this situation over here. This right here, you're going to have a really good weekend. You're just going to have a really good weekend because this is a lot of protection. Someone is also going to be bringing you a gift this weekend. I would say this is probably a family member bringing you a gift this weekend because it's someone that you care about very, very much. And it's something that they're excited to give you, even if it's something small, okay? Even if it's something small, they're going to be bringing you something that they're really excited to bring you. So enjoy that. Enjoy that. That's an absolutely amazing thing right there. It's an absolutely amazing thing right there. Yeah, energy gets stuck in places like that. This is why, how many of you guys despise going to a courthouse? Even if you're there for something good. Even if you're there for something good. If somebody told you you have to go to the courthouse and you're getting a $10,000 check, all you got to do is go down there and sign for it and pick it up. No strings attached. How many of you guys would still have a panic attack or get physically sick going to the courthouse? I want you to think about it, okay? Even if you're not there for any bad thing. You know why? Almost every single courthouse is marble. Marble not only absorbs energy, but it reflects it. So that's good and bad. Airports as well, yeah. Marble is horrendous for that. A lot of times too, in the older courthouses, you have a lot of marble, you have a lot of gold, and the older marble has a lot of pyrite in it. Think about it. You're literally in a place that is surrounded by things that not only hold energy, but bounce it around. All right, Renee, you ready? But I truly hate going to places like Walmart, Costco, etc. I can't do it. One more, please. Thank you. I would like for you to turn over. That's it. I just want you to turn over. Ooh. Okay. All right, Miss Renee. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Honey, you've been pushing way too hard. You've been pushing way too hard into something. Okay. I'm going to say this is probably something in your personal life. You've been pushing really, really hard. Yeah. You've been pushing really hard. Whether this is with a relationship, with something financial, whatever it is, you've been trying to push forward, and the universe has been giving you every single sign that this is not, it's a no-go at this time. Like, this is a pause. This is a pause. The universe has tried to give you a pause. But for some reason, you're like, no, I really, really want this, so I'm going to push forward. So here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. Miss Renee, if you continue to push forward, the universe is going to like literally slam the door on you. Because this blank rune is upside down. The blank rune is upside down by basically a rune that is for need. It's for stoppage. It's for a pause. If you keep pushing forward with this, the universe is absolutely going to say, no, absolutely not. Right now, though, if you just kind of step back and go, okay, I'll wait for whatever's going on. It's just not time yet. The energy is all way back here. So it's just not time yet. Whatever it is in your personal life, not work, not any of the outside things, not spiritual, not financial, none of that. Whatever it is you're pushing forward with in your personal life right here, take a step back. Seriously, take a step back. Okay? Gotcha. Okay. So you know exactly what I'm talking about then. It's just not time yet. It's not time yet. The energy is there, but there's some other aspect of this situation that you aren't seeing yet. So, just take a step back. Okay? Good. I'm so glad. Because I'm like, oh God, don't shoot the messenger. Like I'm having to tell you that no, this isn't for you right now. But that's okay. I'm not saying it's not for you at all. It's just not right now. But yeah, there's something else going on underneath. Has nothing to do with you, but you're not privy to the information yet. Does that make sense? So yeah. I'm glad you knew exactly what I was talking about. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Yeah. And this is actually one of those things where it's not you, it is them. It is them. It's something that they're dealing with. It's like an undercurrent of something going on. And more than just, hey, this isn't for you right now. Man, yeah. I'm glad that makes sense, and I'm glad you know exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, if that was right side up, it'd be a little different, but it wasn't. It was not. All right, Miss Wanda Nixon, you are next, sugar. And if you guys miss your read, no big deal. I'm streaming on YouTube, okay? There's Miss Wanda. How are you, Wanda, honey? Ooh, why are you worried your protections aren't good enough? So the main thing I noticed, like right off the bat, you have the blank rune upside down, but your personal power is sideways. Your protections are upside down. You have the gift rune sideways over here. You have a family rune sideways over here. Okay, so here's how I'm going to explain this, okay? You know when you get your Christmas lights out for the first time and they're all tangled. They're like tangled as fuck, right? And you sit and you sit and you sit and you try to untangle and you try to untangle and you just get frustrated, more frustrated. And it really takes you longer to untangle the damn lights than it does to just trash them and go buy new lights. That's kind of what's going on. The reason that you feel like your old protections are not working is because they're not. The reason that you feel like your gifts aren't as vibrant as they should be is because they're not. Like a lot of this is just validation. The reason you feel like your personal power is not where it should be is because it's not. Like a lot of this is just validation. But here's what I'm going to recommend because of this rune, because of that one, that blank rune being upside down over there. When we level up, sometimes we have to trash our old ways of doing things and do something different. We have to completely do something different. I can't tell you how many times in my life I have had to, sorry, I don't do that with that kind of shit. Enjoy finding somebody else's video there. So I can't tell you how many times I have had to trash my normal routine of protections, of boosting my own energy, of boosting my gifts, etc., and just kind of free fall for a day or two, and then put completely new, different protections in place. It happens a lot, more than you guys would realize. So when you guys, and not just Wanda, but hopefully you guys take a page from the book of Wanda here, okay? When it just means you've leveled up, sugar. It just means you've leveled up, to be honest. It means that spiritually, the reason your protections aren't working, the reasons you can't tap into your gifts or your personal power is because you have leveled up. So the things you used to do just aren't good enough anymore. You have to kind of boost those. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Your gut is always going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Sometimes we don't need more protections. Sometimes we actually need less protections. And I know people are like, what? Now, I am a firm believer that you can never have too many protections. But when we hit that level up, like I said, sometimes you just got to throw away the tangle of Christmas lights and buy new ones. Buy new ones. So, yeah. If you haven't bought a new book in a while, I would buy a new book. I would buy a new book on protections. I would buy a new book on workings, on energy, whatever it is that you feel drawn to. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. So, all of that stuff is still there, sugar. Free fall for a couple of days. You know what I mean? Just free fall for a couple of days. If you have wards on your doors, if you have wards on your windows, now, here's the thing. I'm going to recommend something and you guys are going to be like, whoa, what the fuck? I want you to hear me out, okay? Just break the ward on a window somewhere. Maybe not particularly a door, just a window. Just so all of that energy that's been stuck there has a place to go. Literally just free fall for a day or so and then redo all the wards in your house. Does that make sense? I do that more than a few times. I don't tell anybody, oh, Miss Linda, I hope you have a fantastic evening, sugar. I don't tell anybody when I do these things. I just do them. So yeah, that's exactly what I would do, sugar. There's a couple of really good books that I can recommend if you haven't read them yet. One is one that I always recommend. That is The Psychic Witch by Matt Aaron. The other one is To Ride a Silver Broomstick by, I think it's Silver Ravenwolf. To Ride a Silver Broomstick is really, really good. There's also a great little book. I mean, it's literally a little tiny book, but it's called, I think it's the Good Girls. It's bright red. I need to find it. I've got it here and I've got one at the shop, but it's like the Good Girls Guide to Bad Workings. I don't know. It's really cute. I need to find it, and yeah, but I'd recommend something like that. Or if you go on Amazon and you look for like The Psychic Witch and you're like, well, that doesn't really resonate with me, look at some of the other ones that one of my moms got that one before me. Damn. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I would do. Just go and just kind of nerd through and pick you a new book. So yeah. Honey, you've just leveled up. Yeah. Consider it a good thing, to be honest. Consider it a good thing. All right? You are so welcome, Wanda, honey. All right. Oops, wrong mouse. April Williams, you ready? And in case you guys didn't know, that collaboration box for the lunar eclipse is up. Adam is already busy making shirts. I'm already busy making everything for my end. Aw, thank you for, aw. Hope is good tears, Wanda. Thank you for the compliment about my tattoos, love. I appreciate it. I go Tuesday to get the dragon finished. I can't wait. I still got to name him. Man, they are bad tonight, aren't they? Aw, thank you, Kelly. Yeah, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, please make sure that you do. There was a lot more that wanted to come out, April. Ooh, girlie, you are fighting an uphill battle right now, aren't you? So you have the 4 runes up here, but down here you have Tears rune, which is a battle rune. It's a victory rune. It's a warrior rune. But you have your finances upside down. You have your personal. Now, I don't mean your finances are upside down, but just, okay. You also have your personal power. You also have the way that you kind of see the world, and then you have a gift rune over here. The gift rune can't really ever be upside down, so that's a good one. Neither can your personal power. But they're both kind of whopper jawed. They're not completely upside down and completely right side. They're kind of whopper jawed. And the fact that this warrior rune is going up like this, okay. I'm just curious. I don't know if you're here, April. This right here, the way this is sitting on these two and the way it's kind of pushing these down, it makes me feel like you actually have somebody that's trying to like put their thumb down on you. Not just like your job, not just what you're doing, not just your energy. Like, it's like they're trying to control you. Like they're trying to control you. So they're putting their thumb down, and it's making you kind of bend to their will a little bit. I don't know if this is job, if this is significant other, if this is a parent, if this is a kid. I don't know who this is. But you have an uphill battle with this person. You have an uphill battle with this person, and you're going to have to make a really intense decision here, because they're starting to affect who you are to the point that it's literally pushing you like this. It's pushing your energy down, okay? So you need to make sure that this situation is what you want. If you allow someone to change you, then that is all your business. But in this situation, they're literally affecting your gifts, and they're affecting your personal power. It's going to start affecting you in a whole bunch of other ways, monetarily as well. It is going to be a continual uphill battle. So you're going to have to make a really intense decision here with this. Okay, April? I'm not sure that it's a battle that can be won, to be honest, because this rune is way down here. It's not touching any of these, but this one is actually pushing down on these two right here. So I'm going to say that this probably is not ever going to be a battle that can be won. And if you can't win any of the battles, then you obviously can't win the war. So I would really take a step back, and I would look at this situation. I would look at this person, and I would look at where you have given up gifts, where you have given up your own personal power, and I would make a decision. I would make a decision. Like you're gonna have to make a hard decision. Okay? Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Thank you, Soul Blade. I appreciate you subscribing and being part of the Bodhi Nation. All right, let me just block this person, guys. Don't mute them yet. $666,000 likes. Sorry, that's funny. All right, Miss LaGayla, you ready? Woo, there's my yarn. I knew that was coming. Yet another one like right there. Wow. The one thing I love immediately that I saw was this one here. So this is like the ice rune, the frozen rune, and it's sideways. You're busting out of a really deep, I'm going to say it this way, a deep cycle. So you know how we get in a cycle sometimes and we get in a rut, and then like no matter how we try to get out of the rut, we just keep digging further into the rut until we just continue to go on this cycle, and then eventually we look and we can't even see the sky because we're so deep in the rut. That's where you're pulling out of. So let me say that I'm super proud of you for that. So weird. There's like it's not a hole, but it looks like a hole. So I'm like, I really want that to be a hole, even though it's not. It's just the way the glitter is sitting. It's like the weirdest thing. So I keep like touching it. I'm like, stop it. But you're really pulling out of this rut, and I'm really proud of you for that. Now, here's the thing. As you climb out of this rut, woo, you're going to have to change a lot about the way that you have always thought, the way that you have always looked at life, the way that you have always looked at where you're going with it. Like you're going to have to really think about things. You're going to have to evaluate everything going on in your life. You're also going to have to evaluate the energy you give to other people, because this room right here is all about protecting the family, protecting the space, protecting the village. So you're going to have to really, really, oh, thank you, Miss Wanda. I appreciate that. I looked up just in time. You're really going to have to make sure that you look at where you're giving your energy. We only have so much energy to give. You cannot give everybody your energy. Oh, thank you, Mandy. You made me blush. I looked up. You made me blush. Nice name, by the way. I love it. You're going to have to be really careful about this, because a lot of this rut you've been in is because you give too much of you give too much of your energy, and people have gotten used to that. Not only have they gotten used to that, but it's like they're supposed to get like X amount of energy. And so now they want more. So they take X and Y. So by the time you end up going to bed at night, you're so exhausted on a soul level because you literally do not have the energy to continue to move forward. So by the time you get up in the morning, you have just barely. Yeah, they're just going to continue. So I'm just going to have to block all of them. I'll probably need to, hey, Miss Gail, thank you. I'm probably going to have to, yeah, just go through and block all of them. And what sucks is they're getting really smart at how to, I already blocked that one. Okay. They're getting really smart at how to get around filters. So that's what sucks. Yes, yes. Block them, sass. Block, 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 block. Block, block. Sorry, sound like a chicken. But the thing is, like, as you reevaluate these different things, I find it really interesting that Odin's rune is over here and it's kind of whopper jawed. Honey, those beliefs that you've always held, you really, really need to pay attention and look at them. You need to pay attention to those old ones that you've kind of gotten away from, and you need to pay attention to some of the new ones that are no longer serving you. Go back to the old things. Go back to the ancestral things. Go back to family things. Go back to things that you learned as a kid. Go back to, you see what I'm saying? Like, literally go back to your roots here. And finally, up here on the top, you have your protections. Those are getting better by the day. And I think as long as you learn to protect your energy a little better, those protections are going to continue to get better. Moving back to your ancestral connections, the things that you learned as a kid, all of that stuff, that is going to really boost these. But I am really proud of you for getting out of the rut. It is going to suck cutting those people off that have been absolutely just abusing your energy. It always sucks because we always feel bad. Like, they've abused our energy for so long that we end up feeling bad. Does that make sense? We end up feeling bad. And I hate that. So, yeah. Aw, thank you, Savvy. I appreciate that. I've been reading for a very long time. Very long time. Oh, we would love to have you back. That makes sense, Miss LaGayla? You are so welcome, sugar. Good. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Liz. I didn't. Was it on Facebook? Oh, there we go. Okay. I see. I got your message. I don't know. There's no, there's not a different name on it. Let me look. Miss Bitsy Kiko, you're next. I don't know, Sass, because I see what you're saying. And she's not here either. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Because if she was here, I'd ask if she just needed a reading for like 2 separate situations. Yeah, there's no, it doesn't say if it's, there's no name, you know what I mean? So I don't know. So let's just send her a message and ask her if she meant to get 2. And if so, yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just don't know what to do about that one. You know what I mean? So, all right, Miss Bitsy Poo. So here is my list, okay? You guys ready? Here's who else I have to go. I have Miss Bitsy. I have Kathy Clausen. I have Jessica Carmona, Jonathan Gillespie, Olivia Mills, Buddy Lewis, Krystal Dawn, Angela Wilson, Willow Wells. I love that name. Miss Chealsea Smart, Jackie Santos, Doc, excuse me, Lisa Home, Tammy Jacobson, Sammy Lay, Aubrie M, Leah, Kathryn G, Lisa Michelle, Jen, and then Liz Cardenas. Alrighty. I'll refresh my list here in just a minute. If you didn't hear your name, don't stress, okay? And, thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. If you guys did not get on the list tonight, I will do this again. I don't usually do rune readings very much, but yeah. Well, some of them are just single rune, so they're easy. If they were all 4 or 5 rune reads, oh yeah, we'd be here for a while. Especially because y'all know I like to talk. All right, that one knocked that one off. That was interesting. I'm going to leave that one back up where it was. So the thing I love the most is this one right here, okay? So this one is Nothus, and it is turning upside down. So this is like need, limitation. It can represent a lot of inner work, a lot of, I don't know, just issues holding you back. But what I love about it is that it's starting to turn upside down. Meaning that you are overcoming so much of this shit. And I also love that it's like completely separate. Like all these other runes are like boop, in this perfect little pile. And this one is like way the fuck down here. I think that you're overcoming way more than you realize you are. Because you have this protection rune on top of this ice rune right here. And I know this is going to sound weird, but this ice rune down here is being protected. So your hermit space, your personal space of like, this is mine right here, and I'm going to just stay in this little part. You're not allowed in here. That is actually something that everybody needs to protect. Everybody needs to have a sacred space that is just ours, that when we need to shut the fuck down and get away from the world, we can literally just walk over here. This is mine. You're not allowed to come over here. Protect that. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs that. A lot of times we get too wrapped up in feeling like we need to be completely open with everyone, but you don't. Don't. Even spouses, even, you know, parents, kids, etc. Everyone needs a space that's theirs. Everyone needs something that's just theirs. Everyone needs a safe hold place. And you need to protect that. You need to protect that. Especially when you start really walking a spiritual path and you get away from a lot of this BS and shadow work and so on back here. When you get away from that, you realize that, well, really, when you start doing shadow work, you realize how much more damn shadow work you have to do. And you start to realize, I am never going to get done with this shit. So you need a good place to be broken after you have let go of a lot of things. So keep that. This is my space. Keep that protected. Keep that protected. You don't have to share that with anyone because it's yours. Now, these up here. This is going to sound weird. Don't rush forward on your path intentionally. I'm going to try. I hope that made sense. That came out of my face weird. Don't rush forward on your path intentionally. Just let the path take you where it's supposed to take you. Now, I'm not saying just go with the flow. What I'm saying is just follow the path without any expectations. Not only follow the path without any expectations, but do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for monetary reasons. Don't do it for land. Don't do it for any physical, tangible thing. Just enjoy the path. Just one foot in front of the other. Enjoy the path. A lot of times we get tempted to rush forward on a path. And I know, so Bitsy is here learning with me from Tennessee. She'll be here till Wednesday, or she's going home Wednesday. So she got to experience, her and Leanne both got to experience something in the shop today. And that is when we find our path, doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter who it is. Every single one of us goes through this, myself included. I did this when I was a beginner. Every single one of you will do it, okay? So trust me, it's not something new. It's not something unique. Every single person goes through it, okay? It's like a badge of honor. It's like a badge of honor, okay? When we first find our path, we get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed because there is so much. There's so fucking much. Not only is there so much, but we want to do all of it. We want to do all of it. So it's hard sometimes too, especially with social media and with everything at our fingertips. It's really hard to put the base in place first. So we rush forward with stuff up here and we have no base. So we get all this stuff, but then it topples and we crash because we don't have the base in place. I'm not saying this happened to Bitsy. I'm just saying, like, we had this whole conversation today. I don't think you realize quite the gravity of how important that was for you to see and learn and so on today. Because every single person goes through this. Every single person goes through this. Like, no one is immune. But the problem is when we start to rush forward and we don't want to put in the time, we don't want to put in the work, we don't want to learn, we don't want to put the building blocks in, whatever we build up here is going to topple. It is going to topple. There's no way around it. It's going to topple. So just walk the path. Just walk the path. You have been just walking the path. And I know that you've been questioning yourself on where you're supposed to be. I know you've been questioning yourself on being super open. I know you've been questioning yourself on like all kinds of things. Don't question you. You've been doing the right thing. Just continue to just walk the path, one foot in front of the other, and learn the things as they come. So I'm hoping that this kind of helps solidify like what we were talking about in the shop today and that experience and so on. So that way, you can see just to keep one foot in front of the other. When you guys realize that it's just literally one foot in front of the other, the path becomes so much easier because it's your path. It's no one else's path. It's your path. And the building blocks are literally just learning about you before you try. Hey, Miss Carla, thank you. Somebody asked where to start. The building blocks are learning about you. That is the main foundation. Learning about you. Learning about you. The more you learn about you, the stronger you become. The stronger you become, the more you learn about you. And that just continues to build that foundation. The things you are good at will go and they will explode the more you learn about you. The more you learn about you, the more things explode. The more you will bring the people in that are supposed to be in your path. The more you bring the people in that are supposed to be in your path, the more you will find your path. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm glad that this is kind of confirmation. We'll talk a little bit more tomorrow. Remind me and we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow about this, okay? Just saying what I'm saying. Saying what I'm saying. So you guys can order a custom rune set. You're welcome. Did your doggy get to go outside and enjoy some potty time when you got home? You are so funny, Amanda. Amanda said, I use my spiritual advisor prescription excuse already. I love you. You are so fucking funny. Oh, good, good. All right, Miss Kathy, you ready? Yeah, you can order a custom rune set. Just know if you order one, it takes about a week to get them out because I have to design them, pour them, we have to paint them, etc. Good night, Miss Wanda. Hey, Boo Bear, how are you? All right, Kathy. You're gonna have two come out. I knew it. You have two situations that are doing this. So at first I thought maybe they were doing this and they were fixing to come to a head, but I don't think they are. I think they're doing this. I think that they've already, so one is going this way and one is going this way, and it's like bam, like that. They've already clashed and they're doing this. All right. So let's talk about this situation up here. Okay? We're going to call the top situation the one that's, it's almost like it's continuing forward. It's almost like it's continuing forward. It's not going down. It's continuing forward. But the other one is doing this. It's like just bam. Okay? They've already crashed and this one's still going down. We're going to talk about this one first. Because this one up here is you. Okay, Kathy? This one up here is you. First of all, you have Tears rune up here, you have a personal power rune, and then you have another rune that's all about the mind and thinking and so on, and it's upside down. Let me just say this. Because seeing these runes over here, which are all upside down, this one up here, honey, you had to be tough. You had to be hard. You had to put the boundary in place. You had to completely take your emotion and your way of looking at things out of it, and you did what you had to do. You did what you had to do. Not that that makes it any easier, but you did what you had to do. This person, this situation down here, they aren't going to get their money right. They aren't. I don't know if this person has an addiction or what's going on, but they are losing their protections. They're losing the people around them. Like I said, they're never going to get their money right. And they have this intense need where they just are continuing to do something over and over. That's why I said I don't know if they have an addiction or what's going on here. They are not going to change. They're not in a head place where they can change, and they have not hit rock bottom yet. So I know it sucks, but this is kind of confirmation, Kathy. I don't know if this person's been on your mind a lot lately. I don't know why this is popping up, because I don't feel like this is some brand new situation just happened today. You made the right decision, honey. They're not going to change. They are not at a place. They're not at a place where they are ready to change. So, whether you're beating yourself up or somebody else brought it up or whatever today, you did what you had to do for Kathy. And there's a lot of times, that we have to make the decision to do what's best for us, no matter who else. All right. Another one to add to my list. Gotcha, love. Y'all, you don't come in somebody's live and do that kind of shit. You just don't. You just don't. I will absolutely screenshot your account. I will absolutely do that. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yeah. If you guys get one of those before me, screenshot their account. So every now and then, I like to sit up and fuck with them. So, yeah, please screenshot their accounts. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Bodhi's list of doom. Yep. So, Miss Kathy, this is literally confirmation. And please, please, please. I poured these runes long ago, and a couple of them are still sticky, and I hate it because, like, these are some of the prettiest runes that I have made. Like, they're this beautiful chocolate color. They have pyrite and like they're just pretty. But yeah, they're still, even after 2 years, a couple of them are still sticky. Well, actually, yeah, 2021. So 2 years. All right, Miss Kathy, there's nothing you could have done. There's nothing you could have done in this situation. There just isn't. Okay? There just isn't. Okay? So, yeah. Just saying. So, yeah. All right, Miss Jessica, you ready? Hey, Chris, how are you, sweet pea? Oh, thank you for the blue hearts. How are you? I think I need to get a bigger bag. I have some bigger dragon bags at the shop. I love you right back, Nicole. Thank you. Hey, Raven. How are you? What did I miss? Hang on, hang on. Oh, I'm so sorry, Chris, honey. It's not easy to lose one, much less two. Are you all right? I'm turning these all the way that they came over. Okay. Wow. Okay. Jessica, are you here? Oh, poor baby. I'm so sorry. There you are, love. So let me just say this. Whoever it is that's been fucking around with you, that you sent the stuff back in their direction, they're about to do all the finding out. They're about to do all the finding out. The reason I say that is because there's a little group down here of 3 and there's a group down here of 3. 3 is perfect balance. But we'll talk about this in a minute. Let's talk about this up here, okay? There are 2 runes right here. One is this need rune. It's kind of upside down a little bit. The other is actually like a protection rune, and it's upside down. Underneath this is Odin's rune. So what's interesting about this, it's like pointing upwards at those 2. What's funny is I don't even think that you really had to do much to send this shit back. Because whoever this was fucking with you, that was fucking with your finances, they were fucking with your energy, they were fucking with your gifts, and they were fucking with your path. Like, they were fucking with you in a very intense career financial way. Okay? Whether this is someone that was just a shit boss or whatever. I think they were messing with you more than you even realized they were messing with you. However, this Odin's rune right here is, I'm kind of giggling internally because this is funny. All you had to do was say the word that they just needed to get theirs. They just needed to get theirs. Yeah. Oh, sugar. I hope that you find what you're looking for. Did I not tell you, mods, that I knew the trolls would be bad this evening? Did I not say that before we started my live? I'm just saying. Okay, so let's go back to this. Your spirit team, all of those deities behind you, etc. Literally all you had to say was, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. They'll get their fucking karma. I'm done. They'll get their karma. It's about to be like an amazing fireworks show. Like, go ahead and get your blanket. Be out on the lawn, ready to watch all of it. Have your snacks, have your little cooler. Be ready to watch all of it. What's even better is all of this stuff that they had done to you, all of this crap that they had been actively trying to put on you, they're kind of going to get it back a lot. So here's the other thing I'm going to say about this situation. Really, you're going to have to fight the urge to laugh. You're going to have to, like, to their face where they know about it. You're going to have to fight the urge to say, I told you so. Yeah, I mean, you're literally going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight the urge for all of this. Just enjoy. Take screenshots so you can giggle later. Whatever you need to do. But you're going to have to outwardly be the bigger person, okay? Inwardly, please be as petty as you'd like. But outwardly, you're going to have to be the bigger person. Because they are kind of fixing to have their ass put in a sling. And probably slingshot somewhere past the moon. I'm just saying. Aw, thank you for the comment about my tattoos, love. I appreciate it. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Hell, I want to come with you. I want to come watch, okay? I'll even bring the cool little fireworks glasses and we can just watch it together. We can just watch it together. I'm just saying what I'm saying. We'll just have a party. We'll just have a karma watch party. We're all going to Jessica's. We're going to lay out on the lawn in blankies. We'll bring charcuterie boards. And like I said, I'll provide the glasses. We're just going to take up somebody bring cheeses. Somebody else bring meats. We're going to do this. And we're just going to watch the fireworks because it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. We'll just have a watch party. I think that's a fantastic thing right there. I'm just saying. See, Regina's got the popcorn. I mean, we got it. I'm a huge fan of cheeses. I have an amazing cheese bar down the street. I got the cheeses too, okay? I love that. I'm down, but is Jess okay with it? I don't know. I think Jess may be okay with it. We'll just have a party. See, look, we've already got it. I mean, all of this sounds fantastic to me. All of it. Just saying. Oh, we got cookies. It's a done deal. And Angela's bringing bacon. Done deal. I'm just saying. But, Sweet Pea, I'm just saying. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. But like I said, you are going to have to be the bigger person. Okay? Which is going to suck. That part's going to suck. But yeah. That makes sense? I love the snacks that everybody else is, yeah. I love the snacks everybody's bringing. Like, we've got this covered. We've got this covered. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. What Sass is talking about is when we went to the Arlington and we stayed in the Al Capone suite. And Jonathan, you ready? I got one rune for you, love. We stayed in the Al Capone suite. And the next morning, like, we had a very active night. For those of you guys, who has homemade zucchini bread? What? Okay, sorry. I love homemade zucchini bread. We had a very active night. And the next morning, it was like a 2-room suite. And the next morning I was getting ready and Sass was going in to get coffee. And we had the LED cat balls still around the room, right? And I heard, Bodie, come get your boy. And I was like, what? Like, what? And Sass, every time she would start to go towards a coffee maker, the things would go off. So she couldn't even get over there. And it wasn't because she was stepping on the floor. I mean, they were like way far away. And it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I mean, I thought it was funny. Sass did after a minute, but not at first. All right. Jonathan, you ready? So I pulled the protection rune for you, and it's sideways. I know you just got a single rune reading, but I need to know what it is. Okay. I don't know why you've let your protections down lately on yourself mentally, but you need to be paying attention. The fact that this rune up here, it was just, I needed a little more clarification on why your protections are sideways. Does that make sense? Why they were neutral. There we go. Not sideways, but neutral. Oh, there's Kathy. Thank you, sweetie. Y'all are killing me with the snacks over here because now you're making me hungry, and I'm just gonna say I don't appreciate it. Pay attention to the things that you're just thinking lately. And I'm going to explain that a little more. You know how we all have these, it's almost like an intrusive thought. And then we're like, like, is this my gut? Is this my intuition? Or is this just wishful thinking? Is this just me? Don't do that. Butthole. Is this just me trying to make this happen or manifest this or whatever? Pay attention to those thoughts, okay? Those kind of intrusive thoughts in there. And you'll know exactly where you need to to up your protections. A lot of times those intrusive thoughts, whether it's our gut or whether it's someone trying to push energy on us or whatever, we're having those thoughts for a reason. So if you're having these thoughts like, man, I really need to, put some protections on my car. Really need to put some protections on my car. Or maybe you're having continual dreams about getting in an accident or somebody scratching your car or whatever. There's a reason for that. If you're having continual thoughts and ideas and just weird random thoughts about maybe, I don't know, maybe one of your new coworkers, that they're really undermining people or doing something, whatever it is, pay attention to whatever these thoughts are that are overwhelming you lately. And look at that as where you need to up your protections. Okay? Does that make sense? Your gut's already screaming at you about where your protections need to be upped. Good. Yay, there you are. I didn't know if you were here or not, so I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, you're obsessing, and I put that in air quotes because we all know, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you know when you're obsessing over a thought repeatedly. We obsess about something because our gut is trying to tell us something and we're either not listening or we're overthinking it. So, yeah. So, Jonathan, pay attention to all those things that have been like overwhelming your brain. So, yeah. Your coworker's evil eye broke at work the other day. I don't know. I guess it depends what you do, what you're doing. Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool. You're welcome, Jonathan, honey. All right, Olivia Mills, you ready? Yeah, we had helicopters all over, like all over last night. I finally, when I got done with class, I went to bed. I was like, screw this. But yeah, it got a little irritating. Okay. That's a very hesitant situation. Did y'all see that? A very hesitant situation. It's like bam, and then nothing, and then bam, 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 bam. So yeah, very hesitant situation. Olivia, are you here? Honey? I hope you are. If not, and you're watching here on YouTube later, no big deal. I'm trying to figure out the right way to start this because everything up here is about you making money. With your talents, with your gifts. But for some reason, you just can't find these other two building blocks, like these other two legs to the table to prop the table up. And it's not that you're doing it for other people. I mean, you are. We're all manifestation powerhouses when it comes to other people. It's really funny. Well, not everybody, but we're always better at manifesting for the people. But that's not the situation here. You have an amazing, amazing gift, talent, whatever it is that you are supposed to be making money off of. Not only are you supposed to be making money off of it, you're supposed to be making a very decent amount of money off of it. With making this decent amount of money off of it, it's like as you use the talent to make the money, you're able to up the talent, which allows you to make more money to use the talent. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like this amazing, like, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, you can't find these other two legs. The first leg is this: implementing the gift in a tangible fashion. The other one is actively overcoming, and I think that you are overcoming this because this rune is almost sideways. Actively overcoming, I want to say a roadblock, but I don't think that it's, I don't know. Like when I'm looking at this, like I literally see a big orange concrete roadblock. So I don't know if this is you holding your own self back. I don't know if this is something moving forward. I don't know what it is. But I'm proud of you for starting to overcome this because this is one of the major things. But this other gift aspect over here is interesting. I don't know if you're just afraid or if... I also find it very interesting too. Knew I was gonna yawn. I also find it very interesting too that I said that it was very hesitant. Like one came out, but then like bam. If you just get over this hurdle right here, I have a feeling that all the floodgates are going to be open, and this one, it won't even matter. It won't even matter. Okay? It won't even matter. What I really appreciate about all this up here is that this is an amazing cycle. Once you get on this cycle, it's only going to continue to go up like this. Okay? So it's not a cycle that's a rut. It's not a cycle that goes down. This is a cycle that continues to go like this. The more experience you get with this gift, the better you get at it. The better you get at, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more experience you can have. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's just going to continue to do this. So when you get over this hurdle right here, and you get past this blockage, I have a feeling that it's more like an intuitive blockage. Like you just can't bust out of this. So I don't know if that makes sense or not. You're welcome, Millsy. I'm glad that does this make sense to you, Olivia? Okay. Good. Yeah. Continue to go. Just whatever you're doing the right thing. Like, continue to move forward with this roadblock here, because once this is done, it's good. It's good. Okay? You're gonna, it's like once you overcome this hurdle, you'll step on this path and it's just like this from there. Okay? Okay? So, yeah. I don't know if that was confirmation or if that's what you needed to hear. So, yeah. I want to know what this talent is. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube at, I'm going to say about 80 minutes in, because it's 80 to 27 right now. So on my YouTube channel, it's there. Okay? Probably right about 80 minutes in. Does that make sense? So any of you guys getting readings from me tonight, if you want to go back and listen to them, re-listen to them, they're on YouTube. Okay? You are so welcome. You are so welcome. So yeah. You're doing the right thing. You're making the right moves. You're doing the right thing. I want to know what this talent is, though. I want to know what the talent is. The Reiki is not on YouTube tonight, no. But there are other ones on there. If you don't want to say in the chat, Olivia, you have to message me and tell me, because I want to know. I want to know what it is, what path it is that you're walking on, because that's a lot of intense, amazing upward spiral there. Just saying. Okay. Maybe overcoming the hurdle is exactly what it is. It's gonna open that up for you. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. All right, Buddy Lewis, you ready? Woo, woo. I'm gonna drop the whole bag. You're getting the whole bag, all the runes. Do y'all need another story time? Is that what I'm hearing? We need another story time? I mean, it is just about, you know, Samhain. It's about time to start reading scary stories. Maybe I'll do that as a subscriber-only live. I need to start doing a lot of subscriber-only lives for you guys anyway. Buddy, first off, you're not following your intuition. I don't think you're, well, I think that you are disconnecting your own self from it. I don't think it's intentional. Let me say it that way. I don't think it's an intentional cutoff, but you are. You're cutting your own self off from your intention for some reason. So just seeing all of these other runes, they're all sideways except for this one. Your protection rune is sideways, like your tuned in rune is sideways. You have another protection rune that's kind of whopper-jawed a little bit. It's almost like someone is protecting you, like family-wise. I don't know if this is ancestor or this is family that's alive now. It's like they're kind of propping you up right now. They're giving you a lot of energy. But everything else is literally sideways in a neutral position. Except your intuition, which is upside down and way up here. So a lot of times when we go through, I don't think that you're going through some massive, horrible thing. I think what it is just going through a change, going through a shift. And when we go through a shift, we tend to stress too much about the world and about material things and about things that we can't physically change. And we forget to trust our gut. We forget to tune into our intuition. So the further we get from our intuition, the further we get away from our own protections, the further we get away from our personal practices, the further we get away from where we were mentally when we were trusting our intuition. It doesn't mean that your mental health goes down. It's just a shift. Does that make sense? It's almost like you are putting yourself back in the matrix. There we go. That's a better way to explain it. It's almost like in getting away from your intuition, you are like putting yourself back in the matrix. And I don't know if this is because of someone else's influence or You just had some bullshit all hit you at once, and so you've had to knuckle down and not trust your gut and so on. But the problem is not trusting your gut is causing all of these other problems to compound and get worse. You need to force yourself to use your gut again. The best way that I can recommend to do that is pick one day a week, one day that you're off, and for maybe at the first, just that morning or that evening, do everything that your gut tells you to do. Okay? And I know you guys are like, what? If your gut tells you to go to a pizza place completely across town, go. If your gut tells you that, like, maybe you're just hanging out watching TV and you're like, okay, well, my gut ain't telling me shit. And all of a sudden you get this panic that you need to run down the street and go to the grocery store. You don't even know for what. But you get this panic that you need to run down the street and go to the grocery store. Do it. Do it. You never know where your gut is going to take you, where your intuition is going to take you, and why. And usually until later. I know that's going on again. But, buddy, you are holding your own self back right now. Like I said, you do have a family member that's kind of propping you up protectively. This is usually the form of mom, grandma, dad, aunt, uncle, whatever, that's like, you got this, you got this. They're always so upbeat. You got this, you got this, you got this, you know. That is this person for you. They're always going to support you. But, like I said, this is compounding because you're not trusting your gut. I'm sorry, honey. I hate seeing that you're in that cycle. You know what I mean? Thank you, love. I hate seeing that you're in that cycle. I'm sorry. Because it's a sucky cycle to get in, and it's a sucky cycle to get out of. But it can be done. It can be done, okay? Pay attention to this person helping you because they're doing so because they love you. Okay? I hope that helps, buddy, honey. Hi, Tinker. How are you? All right, Krystal Dawn, you ready? I see you there. Well, aren't you just the steel rod for everybody else? Okay, so normally, I would say that you don't have to be the steel rod for everybody else. Thank you, Tinker. Thank you, Zoe. How are you? But here's the thing. This rune that came out, this is love, harmony, being the support for everybody. Right now, there are people around you, probably one person in particular, that needs you more than you realize. They need the joy that you bring to them. They need the harmony that you bring when you're around, and they need the love that you have for them right now. Don't discount the role of being the one that is the glue that holds that holds people together. Does that make sense? Don't ever poo-poo the idea of being the person that's the glue that holds other people together. Okay? And when I say holds other people together, this is like holding the family together. You know how we all have had that mom, grandma, aunt, dad, whatever it is, that they kind of held the family together. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. That one right there. So don't discount being the harmony for those around you. Okay? Don't discount that. You were given this amazing gift of being, I was looking over here because I thought you were over there. Don't discount that role. It's a very, very important role. I know it sucks sometimes, and I know it's hard to be that person for everybody, but you are the glue. You are the glue. You are the harmony. You are the happiness. You are the love. Okay? You are all of those things. Don't discount that role. Even if you feel like maybe you're not getting the recognition you need, I'd bet that you're able to like change the whole way a room feels just by interjecting that energy into something. Yeah? Don't discount this role. It is the most important role. It's even more important than the protector, the healer, all of that stuff. The harmony, the support, the glue, that is super important. It's super important. Okay? Because if you were to step back and you were not to be this person, trust me, everything would fall apart without you. Everything would completely fall apart without you. Okay? So don't discount that role. You have so much influence on those around you, especially family and close friends. You have no idea. You have no idea. Hopefully you do now. Okay? Like everybody over there is like, yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that they bring you some peace, love. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. All right. Is that what you needed to hear, Krystal? I would bet that it is. So you've probably been feeling a little underappreciated lately, yeah? Underappreciated, like why are you supporting everybody else? Oh wow, that looked blue for a minute. How did I make that look blue? There it is. Must have been my, oh, there's a whole bunch of blue over here. I was gonna say it must have been something for my computer screen. Oh, good. Well, I love you. Yeah, I love that. I mean, that's also a rune for love. I'm just saying. Use it to help bring love to you if that's what you're looking for. Just saying what I'm saying. All right, Miss Angela Wilson, you ready? Oh, thank you, Miss Mischief. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Babs. I would like just one. Angela, you got too much shit going on. Where are you? You over there? There you are. Okay. We're working on getting your stuff on the site. I'm just letting you know. So Miss Angela is a vendor in my shop. She made this fantastic pendant for me. I'm trying to turn around. Big old piece of blue fluorite. Look how gorgeous that thing is. It's a big old thing. I actually slept with it on for like the first week I had it. And Shane didn't tell me that you sent charite bracelets. He didn't tell me. I had to buy one. He didn't tell me you sent them. I actually was looking around. I was like, what? What? Yeah. She makes some absolutely beautiful jewelry. So she made me this one, sent me this one. Oh, it is going to be shiny this evening. Look at that. Like, this is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this one. I wear this one all the time. I wear that one all the time. She also made me this badass one with the Viking on it. And these glow in the dark. It's awesome. Anyway, okay, I'll quit. I will quit. All right, ready? Woo. All right. So, well, it's backwards. There we go. Because it's not really upside down because, yeah, because I was showing it to you backwards, even though it's right side to me. Honey, your role right now is to be a protector. Your role right now is to be a protector. This is to be a protector for those people that are the closest to you. And I know that that sucks after a while because it is a hard job. It is, it's just tough. It's just tough. I'm not going to say thankless, but it's one that is just one of the hardest that there is to do. Okay? So what I'm going to say is this. Make sure that you are replenishing yourself. Okay? Make sure you are replenishing yourself. Because when you are the protector for other people, you give out a little more energy than normal. Because you're protecting yourself, you're protecting that person, and you're pushing out like all of this stuff to the universe. You're giving them more energy, you're expending more energy. So you need to make sure that you are taking the time to replenish yourself, okay? Whether that is actually taking a day off just for you, or whether that may just be 5 extra minutes in a hot shower, whatever it is. But you have got to replenish you, or you cannot continue to be the protector for everyone else. Okay? Does that make sense? Hey, love, how are you? I love that. I love that. How are you? How's sis? How's everybody there? I was just showing Bitsy the staff that you made me earlier today. I love that. I love when people come in and they're like, I must have been meant to come in here. That makes me happy. Good. I'm glad that it makes perfect sense. That makes me happy. It is 11:13 by my clock. Just saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Ah, she's taking good care of you. Good. I appreciate you right back, sugar. All right, Willow, you ready? Aw, Lisa, you have no idea. Bitsy and Leanne and Sass and Tiffany can tell you. Hey, Corey. Thank you for subscribing, sugar. I love you right back, honey. Yeah, Bitsy actually said the other day when she got there, she was like, I have a whole newfound respect of how much you work. Every single day this week, I have been at my shop at 8. I have put in a full 7 to 9 hours, depending on the day. Woo, okay, no ma'am. And then, yeah, I pretty much come home. I teach classes, I work. I don't stop. Trying to pick that up exactly the way it fell. Okay. So Willow. Well, I guess it'd be that way. So I can make it right. So that is the personal power rune. That is the personal power rune. Oh, thank you. That is my black craft jacket. One of them. I have a ton of them. So yeah. Miss Willow, Mr. Willow. Honey, you need to be absolutely feeding your personal power right now. When you get the personal power rune like this is one you can use on yourself continually. Draw it in oil, draw it in your makeup, draw it on your chest, whatever you need to do. This one right here will help to boost your own personal power. This is all about a power up. Okay. What's interesting too is even though this is an Elder Futhok rune, this is also a very similar rune to what's used for Zeus, etc. Wow. They're rampant this evening, aren't they? They're feisty little buggers. Feisty little buggers. So, Willow, be using that any single place that you want to and need to power your personal power up. I would bet that you've been a little buzzy lately. When we go through a level up, especially when it comes to our personal power, we tend to feel like a little buzzy, almost like we're a little, I don't know, like our skin's electric. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So be using this. Absolutely be using this. Be doing the things that you normally do to boost your own personal power. Okay? Every one of us has different things we do that we feel boosts our own personal power. All of us. We all do. Some of us, it's just, going outside and grounding. Some of us, it's a full night's sleep. Some of us, it's eating well. Some of us, it's working out. Some of us, it's, I don't know, making sure that we feel like we look good. I'm pretty vain. So when I feel like my hair's not fixed or my makeup's not, my face ain't fixed, I don't feel like my best. Does that make sense? So everybody has something different. So Willow, I would highly advise you to do what it is that makes you feel powerful. And like I said, absolutely use this. It's a very, it's a very little thing. Very little thing you can draw and use for everything. All right, Chealsea, smart. Ready? Man, I'm like dying of the thirst now. You are so welcome, Willow, honey. Hey, sugar, how are you? Well, 2, all right? She gets 2. How are you? How you been? Yay! Oh, was somebody messaging you, Tanya? Yeah. Just them, honey. I'm fantastic, Chealsea. How are you? I know you said good, but how are you really? How are you really? Yeah, that's right. Marianne over here said at our age we can't stop. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, if you guys have me messaging you, know that that's not me. Especially if I'm on a live, I can't be messaging you. You know what I'm saying? That's what always cracks me up is I'm like, you're not a very good scammer. Like, you're not a very good scammer. You know what I mean? It cracks me up. Aw, thank you, Dakota. So, all of these things that you've been trying to manifest and how they're not happening the way you want them to happen. I would like to be able to see myself, please. Maybe I need to have something going over here in the background. All those things you've been trying to manifest and they just haven't been happening. And you don't know why. I'm going to put something on YouTube over here so it'll not turn off because I would like to have my list right there. So here's what's funny. So I can pick it up and hold it right. Okay, so let me do it this way. So it'll be right side for y'all, okay? Because it's right side for me. You don't need to be manifesting anything. I know you only got one. But Bodhi is powerful. She can send message during. So they came out like this. All those things that you've been trying to manifest that haven't been happening is because you don't need to manifest anything, because this right here is literally like the luck rune. This is all about divine timing and luck. Here's what I'm going to say. Don't be super specific on what you're trying to manifest. Okay? I know I usually tell everybody to be super specific. Thank you, Miss Lori. I know I usually tell everybody to be super specific. But in this case, I think maybe you're being too specific. Because that can be a problem too. So here's what I would recommend. Instead of saying I need X amount of dollars, I would say I have extra money. Instead of saying I need a better job with this raise and this and this and this, just say I would like to be more successful. You see what I'm saying? Don't be so hardcore specific on what it is that you're telling the universe you need. And instead, yeah, exactly. Keep it simple. Because sometimes we get to the point where we are over manifesting. And when we over manifest, we end up giving the universe too tiny of a parameter. And the universe is like, well, I was going to give you this, but you told me you only want that. See what I'm saying? Yeah. I dread looking at my notifications after being with you. That's so funny. I mean, it's only been 3 hours. Only 3. Yep. Exactly. Sometimes we have to stop the manifestation. Sometimes we have to end it. Sometimes we have to let it go and kind of start over with it. And so that's kind of where you're at. Yeah. Let go and just let the universe bring you what it wants to bring you for a little bit. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Good. I'm glad. Have you been hitting a lot of roadblocks lately? Roadblock after roadblock after roadblock? Yeah, I wish that I could get the little blue check mark. I've tried, and TikTok won't do it. They just won't. I don't know. So yeah. All right, Jackie, you ready? That one is actually standing up, and it's Jera. Yeah, I don't want to move it. Can y'all see it? Like, it's actually standing up on its end. And I don't know how, because this bowl is like curved. Like, I'm afraid to touch anything. It's right there. It's literally standing up. So I'm going to be very easy and not knock it over because okay. Not quite sure how to read that. That's a first time. It's a first time kind of thing right there. Actually, I do know exactly how to read it. It's standing up because it's radiating all of this other stuff out. I'm just kind of like giggling about it. I know I'm gonna yawn again. Sorry, I knew I was gonna yawn again. What I love is that you have all of these other amazing runes around it. You have all of these amazing runes. Another amazing, you know what I'm saying. I can't words. You have other amazing runes around it. You have wealth, you have gifts, you have personal power. But you also have the need rune down there. So Jera speaks about cycles and having these almost in a circle like this. You really move in cycles throughout your whole life, don't you? Like, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments. I'm like kind of looking and paying attention. But you really, really move in cycles throughout your whole life. You are absolutely a creature of habit. You make a change, you shift, and then you start to knuckle down into a routine, a manifestation, or whatever it is. And then you grow, you shift, you move, you start to knuckle down. And then you grow, you shift, you move, you start to knuckle down. Like, you just have this you have a really intense cycle that you go through. Right now, you're down here in this need phase where you feel like you're kind of, I don't think you're quite to the shift and change yet. I think you're in the I'm in a rut and I need to change. Just from seeing this, I would bet when I said cycles, you were like, yep, been in cycles for a long time. Some of us, our souls get stuck in these cycles. Why am I yawning so much with yours? Why am I yawning so much just with yours? That leads me to ask if you've not been sleeping well, because I slept a long time last night and I had a good day. It wasn't crazy overly busy. But anyway, you're in this need phase right now where I think you're fixing to enter into another change and shift. Sometimes our soul has to break out of these cycles. But the thing is, I don't think you need to break out of the cycle. I think you just need to shift it upwards. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because you've just been going on the merry-go-round like this with this cycle. All you need to do is like tilt it up slightly, and that way it can go like this. It can continue to go up. Because even though, you know, you always make ends meet, you always trust your gut, you always trust your gifts, you always have your personal power in place, and then suddenly you just feel like you need to change and shift. It's not so much that you need to completely night and day shift from what you've been doing. It's that you just need to bump it up a little bit. Just up. So that way, your next time around, it's going to go like this. Spiraling up is a great thing. You're just in a circle. You're just on the merry-go-round. Oh, girl. Woo! Woo! I hope you find what you're looking for, sweetheart. I knew the trolls would be bad this evening. I knew the trolls would be bad this evening. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah. Not everybody has bad spirits guiding them. Not everybody. In fact, very rarely do people actually have negative attachments. I'm just like, are you kidding? Like, are you kidding? Jackie, I would break this cycle because right now you're in this, I need to change, I need to shift. Okay? So a lot of times, well, every other time, you would be looking for a way to shift and to change. Don't do that this time. Okay? Don't do that this time. Instead of having this need to shift and change, see what happens if you shift backwards. If you shift backwards through doing the things that make you feel really strong with your personal power and really trusting your gifts more and getting back to the things that make you wealthy, financially stable, etc. Now, I know somebody was like, well, how do you get wealthy? That's not what I mean. This rune itself is about wealth and being financially stable. It's not, you know, I hope that made sense. But what the fuck? I would literally go backwards around and start shifting to these different powerful places instead of trying to change everything about this. Does that make sense? I hope I explained that good. I was in the middle of like 50 yawns. Yes, exactly. Yes. I think you understood what I was trying to do the wordy words with. You understood the words that were not coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean? You understood the words that were not coming out of my mouth. Aw, thank you, Panda. Good, I'm glad. I'm like, man, I know you've been around, you're in every single live, so I was like, I hope she can understand the words that are not coming out of my face. Just is what it is today. It Is what it is. The words were replaced by, yeah, yeah. You know, like that one old South Park episode where everything is Marklar. When the aliens come down, everything is Marklar. So they're like, this Marklar took that Marklar over here to Marklar to get Marklar. Like, yeah. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It's been an interesting week. Not a long week. I just kind of woke up this morning. I'm like, oh my God, it's Thursday. Like, what? Yeah, that was my week. Not, oh my God, it's Thursday. Yeah. I was like, holy shit. I need like 3 more days this week. I need this week to slow down. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Sean, are you ready? I got to quit yakking and get through these reads. Otherwise, I am going to end up having to go to bed. All right. You are so welcome, sugar. Hey, Doc. How are you, sweet pea? I was showing off the stuff you made me today, too, to Bitsy. Some of you guys, not some of you, those of you guys that have sent me stuff, like a lot of the handmade stuff y'all send me are fucking, y'all are so talented. Y'all don't give yourselves enough credit for how talented you actually are. Seriously. You just don't. Really, Doc? Really? Really? Okay. I understand. Stop fighting so hard. Stop fighting things so hard. Stop stressing out so much about, I know that this is easier said than done, okay? Stop stressing about being everything for everybody. Stop stressing about always being the protector and always being there for everybody. Stop stressing about, this rune is more, it's not financial wealth, it's more like spiritual wealth, etc. Your intuition is on point. It really is. Stop fighting. Stop fighting so hard. Stop fighting so hard. You can't protect everybody. You can't protect everybody. You can't always be on top of everybody else's game. They have to learn to be on top of their own game. Because when you're fighting so hard, you're draining yourself in a way that it's literally making you discombobulated. Like you haven't had your V8 and you're just perpetually walking sideways. I would really advise you just to kind of take a step back. I'm just saying. I would advise you to take a step back. Okay? I have a feeling you probably took on a lot more than I think that you've probably took on a lot more than you meant to take on. So yeah. No, he only was supposed to have one. But I was like, really, Doc? Really? That's why I'm like, okay. Apparently, Doc needed to know all the things. You're spinning your wheels right now. I don't know what you're spinning your wheels with, and I hope you do. But you're fighting too hard for one particular person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Thank you, love. You've taken on a chunk, yeah. So, good. God, that makes sense. Yay, Taylor! That makes me happy. Uh-oh. Hey, Christina, you may have to go. Christine, you may have to go in and like unmute Taylor. All right, Miss Lisa. Lisa in the Cult Jam. You ready? Hey, superstar. How are you? See if we can do this better. You know what? I don't want to touch you. I just want you to come out. I just want you to do the thing. Lisa, I still haven't forgot. I know I need to message you. Really? Really? Well, well. I think this is interesting because your protections are going back up like this. So this kind of tells me that it's been a while since you felt like you had your protections in place hardcore, because they're going from from sideways to being upright again. But there's a big separation here between protections and it's almost like where you felt your luck was. So I don't know if you've had a string of things that have happened that have been like I don't want to say like horrendous things, but just things where it's like, oh, that was just shit luck. That was just shit luck. That was just shit luck. I don't know if you've had a string of those things happening, but whatever this split is right here, the bad luck is from the split, not the other way around. The bad luck didn't cause the split. The split caused the bad luck. That's also where this protection is coming back into place. So I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But your protections are going back in the right way. When your protections get back up where they're supposed to be, the luck will change as well. The luck will change as well. Okay? So for right now, just kind of go with the flow. You know, it is what it is with the bad luck shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I hope that helps. The protection's on its way back up. Good. Good. All right, Miss Tammy, you ready? Do I have any experience with electrical anomalies triggered by emotions? Yes. Sass can probably help you, Christine. Is reading for Kathryn done yet? I have Kathryn Gentry here in just a couple of ones. So I've got Tammy, Sammie, Aubrie, Emma, Leah, Kathryn, Lisa Michelle, then Jen W, then Liz. I had to like pause, like Tammy, then Sammie, Tammy. All right, here we go, Tammy. Tammy's my last big one. There we go. Oh, okay. Girl, you have like roadblock after roadblock after roadblock slamming you. So you have this ice rune up here over the blank rune, which is upside down. You have the protection, like the family protection and harmony upside down this way. And then you also have your protection rune, which is in between those two. So what's funny is you also have your gift rune upside down right here. Remember how we were always saying rejection is protection? I know that having roadblock after roadblock sucks. I know that it absolutely trashes your faith in yourself, your faith in the universe, the harmony, the happiness. It trashes all of that. But the thing is, I want you to start shifting how you're looking at these roadblocks. Okay? I want you to look at how you're shifting things, okay? I want you to look at how you're looking at things and shift them. There we go, words. Sorry, I was looking at somebody's thing. I make custom sets. I do have a few sets that'll be finished that I'll put on the site, but I make custom sets. So, Tammy, rejection is protection. So, every time that you hit a roadblock, it's because you're being protected from whatever that was you were going after. Just because we want this job that seems like a dream job that we interviewed for doesn't mean that's a good place for us. You know what I mean? Just because we met this person and they seem to be amazing and we just can't wait to have a life with them, and suddenly it's roadblock, 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 roadblock. It's because we didn't need to be with that person. If you continually have all your relationships just end, and you just keep jumping to the next relationship and it just keeps ending and keeps ending, you probably need to spend some time by yourself. You probably need to be okay with you first. You know what I mean? Yeah, your life isn't always Murphy's Law. A lot of times you're being protected from whatever this is over here that you were trying to run toward that wasn't for you. I know that we're taught like things like can't, won't, shouldn't, etc. And we're always supposed to look at things like that. Well, if it's bad, it's gonna happen to me. But the thing is, by saying that, you bring that in. But in this case, this is because the universe is literally trying to protect you from yourself. Does that make sense? It's just like, having a kid and you're like, no, you can't go and do that at 3:00 in the morning because you're going to go, you're going to get in trouble for breaking curfew or whatever. So it's kind of like the tough love. The universe is tough loving you, Tammy. The universe is tough loving you and protecting you at the same time. So if you look at it like that rejection is protection, and it's not all the shit happens to you. I promise that you will, like, things will completely turn around. Just saying. Just saying. So yeah. Does that make sense? Thank you, Nikita, honey. Sweet. Thank you, Sass. Hey, Suzanne, how are you? I saw that somebody asked if these were runes I was given, in quotes. I don't quite understand what you mean there. I actually made these. So, yeah. So nobody gave them to me but me. All right, Sammy, you ready? Thank you, Suzanne. Tammy, I promise you'll start looking at the whole universe a lot differently now. Yeah, that was the right Taylor. Yes, yes, yes. It was just an accident, Taylor, honey. That's why I was like, oh, no. Good. I'm so glad. Aw, thank you, love. Really? A yawn before I even get started. Woo! All right. All right, Sammy. you, my dear, have Jera. Now. What intentions am I wearing my braid? I saw that right before I looked down. I don't usually tell a lot of my intentions. As I'm braiding it, I put words into every little bit of it. I've actually had this braid in for, I want to say a week and a half at this point. Yeah. So I just wash my hair with it in. After a while, it starts to stick out from the side of my head. See, it won't. Because I sleep on that side and I sleep with my hair up like this. So then it ends up like, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Good night, love. Good night. Thank you for that, Sass. I appreciate it. All right. So, Sammie, let's talk about this. What stone? So they are actually resin, but they are full of pyrite. So yeah, because I want everybody that gets a reading with these particular stones to have abundance and have luck, and for me to always give the right information. So yeah. So this is all about being in the right place at the right time. Right now, I know you feel like the universe is fucking with you a little bit, and that as soon as you think you're supposed to be here, something happens and you have to go there. So like you think that you are going to go to the grocery store. Like I'm in my car, I'm headed to the grocery store. And then you stop at the gas station. Well, then at the gas station, you find out that, well, maybe you needed to help somebody that was there or whatever. And now you're late getting to the grocery store, blah, blah, blah. You know exactly what I'm saying. It's like you start to go one place and then bam, you go somewhere else. Well, the good thing about that one is they used a keyword that I can block, so yay! They are bad tonight. What is up with this? What is up with this? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what is up with this? Damn. All right. Sammie, honey, right now, you are always in the right place at the right time. Okay? I promise. Always in the right place at the right time. May not seem like it, and it may not seem like you're ever in the right place, but you are. But you are. You're always in the right place at the right time. Okay? Don't question the universe too much. Just go with the flow, go where the universe is taking you. And this is actually one of my favorite runes because I like using it to help me be in the right place at the right time. So I'm just saying. Yeah. Aw. Thank you, Tarot. I appreciate that. So, Sammie, I hope that made sense. I don't see you on either side, so yeah. So hopefully you're watching this on YouTube later. You get to see this. Oh, there you are. You've been seeing a lot of 444? Yeah. Honey, you're in the right place at the right time. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, hang on, Taylor. Yep, do it outside, trust me. And you want to have it in something, on something that can handle the heat, because it is going to burn really hot for a little bit. So if you have anything that's like cast iron, that's really the best, to be honest. So, all right, Aubrie, you ready? Trying to really get my ass in gear here. Thankfully, my kid doesn't have school tomorrow, so I just get to relax. Novice. And it's kind of whopper jawed. So, let me ask you this. Aubrie, honey. Being that this is whopper jawed, this kind of represents need. It represents the shadow side. It represents this internal conflict in a way, I guess. Let me say it that way, okay? What I would say is this. The things you're having the internal conflicts about right now. Thank you. I love the cute little corgi butt. I love the cute corgi butt. You're so sweet for that. Thank you, honey. What I would say is this. The things that you're obsessing about right now in your brain, like over and over and overthinking it, over analyzing it, whatever it is. We all go through these phases where we're overthinking something. Relationship, an event, interaction with a family member, whatever. Use the things that you're overthinking to see where you need to work on your shadow work, where you need to work on some stuff with you, where you need to heal, where you need to move forward, where there's a need to, bridge a gap. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I have a feeling you've probably been overthinking a whole bunch of situations lately. I feel like a lot of them are with family. Those are like a guidepost for where you need to focus shadow aspects of yourself. Okay? Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate it. So, yeah. Aubrie, honey, I wouldn't stress about it. What I would do is when you realize that you're overthinking about something, that you're overanalyzing something, step back for a minute and go, oh, something has triggered me. I got to figure out why I got triggered. I got to figure out how to fix it, etc. Okay? It's not that hard to realize it when that overthinking switch gets tripped. That it was like, oh, this is a shadow work moment. I need to figure out why this got tripped. Does that make sense? So what's really cool about it is your own brain will actually give you the guidepost of where you need to do the shadow work. Good. I'm so glad, love. Oh, thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. Nope, you don't have to do anything else other than light it, sweetie. It is already rolled in every herb and powdered stone that you need. I would recommend taking, here is what I would recommend doing. You don't have to do anything other than light it. But what I would recommend doing is taking some pictures of the flame. I lit one the other day because I had someone that just finally pushed me a little too far. But I lit one the other day and I took some pictures of the flame and they were really interesting. They were really interesting. I was like, ooh. Oh, you are so funny. Nah, I mean, unless you're, you know, he's fucking around and needs to find out. Oh my God, Jennifer, thank you for 11 months. Holy crap. Holy crap. All right, Emma, you ready? I have Emma, Leah, Kathryn, Lisa, Jen, and Liz. I would like just one. Thank you. Oh, honey, that's the ice rune. So, all the things that you're being held back from. Please don't shoot the messenger. I hate saying this in a way. It is what it is. It's happening for a reason. All the things that you're being held back from are for a cosmic reason. They're for some greater reason than you're ever going to know. Okay? Then you're ever going to know. A lot of times we get held back from stuff, pushed out of stuff, and it's because we needed to be set on a completely different path. We think we're going on this path, like this is the path we want to be on. This is the path we've been on for a couple years. And then suddenly it's like kabam, and that path is just knocked sideways. And now we're way the fuck over here in Jersey. And we don't know how we got to Jersey, but we're in Jersey. So then we find out in Jersey, that's where the love of our life lives, or our dream job, or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? So all of these things that you have been completely roadblocked on, just not just roadblocked, but I mean completely, you know, U-turn, right turn, left turn, plot twist, you know, all of those things like that. It's for a reason, okay? I have gotten to the point with my life that when that shit happens, I'm just like, okay, this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now. Okay. Just kind of embrace it, to be honest. Just kind of embrace it. Because if I was supposed to still be on that path with that person in that job, etc., I would be. I would be. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Vita, how are you? Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I hope that helps. Yeah, I wish you guys could see. Oh, you kind of can see through these. Like, see? They are filled with pyrite. That one's got tons of pyrite in it. This is one of the prettier sets that I made a long time ago. Like, I completely forgot that I still had it. All right, Miss Leah. Or is it Leah? I'm probably saying it, yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Taylor. That's awesome. Ooh. All right. Leah, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm so sorry, but I'm Leah. Leah, gotcha. Thank you. I was like, oh, I hope she pops up. Oh, I miss you too, hippie mama. How are you? All right, Miss Leah. So you actually have Tears Rune upside down. So this is like a warrior fighting victory rune, okay? And it's upside down. Stop fighting. Just stop fighting. Whatever it is that you are trying to fight against, just kind of for a moment stop, step back, okay? One of my favorite things to do, and this is, I learned this very early in life, but one of my favorite things to do, and this sounds really, really bad because it's absolutely a troll move. When you've been like fighting a battle, whether it's court, whether it's in a relationship, whatever it is, and you've been hardcore fighting, okay? You've been just, literally just kind of pause, shut your mouth, go, you know what? You're right. And then just walk off. You're right. And just walk off. The other person usually is speechless. And they're kind of like, no, we were fighting. You come back and fight. When you refuse to fight, that's an active choice. When you refuse to be a part of the problem, I have one stinking hair that keeps going in my mouth. When you refuse to be a part of the continuing problem, it literally takes all of the air out of any sail of stuff that was working against you. Like you literally just negate every aspect of the fight. Does that make sense? So when you choose to kind of go, you know what? You're right. I'm done. It literally takes all of the fire out of the fight. So I saw that you said that you had been fighting for a while. I'm so sorry, sugar. I'm so sorry. I'm glad it makes sense. And I'm sorry that you've had this going on for a while. I'm sorry you've had it going on for a while. Yeah. It's a total troll move to do that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But it's also super satisfying with working. Oh, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're going to have to You're going to have to step back from that and just stop fighting for a little bit, you know? So I'm glad that this makes sense. I'm glad that resonated. So yeah, normally this rune sits like this, but it was upside down. It was upside down. Breaks are necessary. They're absolutely, absolutely necessary. So yeah. All right, Kathryn, you ready? I'm gonna make myself a note real quick. Yeah, sometimes no reaction is hardest. Thank you, sugar. Hey, tiny heathen, how are you, sweetie? Thank you, call me Lilith. Just one. I'm like, So, you have the ancestor rune upside down. You have the ancestor rune upside down. This is one of two things. And I'm going to tell you both, and I'm going to let you see which one resonates with you. Because, well, they both go hand in hand. They both go hand in hand. So they're not really completely separate. When you get the ancestor rune upside down, this is because you either are ignoring signs and gifts and things like that, or you are not giving enough gifts, signs, etc. to ancestors. When the ancestor rune is upside down too, it means that you are disconnected from your past. So, like I said, even though they're separate things, they all still go together. So by connecting back to your past, connecting back to your past, connecting back to your ancestors, honoring your ancestors and so on, you'll start to notice a lot more gifts. You'll start to notice a lot more guiding light. You'll start to notice a lot more feeling like you belong somewhere, feeling like you're connected to somewhere. I ignored a lot of mine, especially on my biological dad's side, a lot of the Irish, Celtic, Norse aspect. I ignored a lot of it for a long time, even though I knew it was there. And when I finally started to embrace it again, I realized a lot of the things that I had been doing as a practice that no one taught me how to do, I was just doing them, were actually things that are deeply rooted in those practices. Your DNA doesn't forget. It doesn't. Even if you're not super connected, you still are connected. Does that make sense? So when you actively go back and connect to your past, to the ancestors, etc., it only makes you stronger. It only makes you much stronger. So, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Oh, yeah, there are a ton of fake accounts. Yeah. Just block them if they message you, love. Thank you for letting me know. Good. I'm glad that makes sense. I'm glad it makes sense. All right. Lisa Michelle. I have Lisa Michelle, Jen Woodward, and then Liz Cardenas. Turn it right there. Yeah. Your roots can help give you clarity. Like they can really, really help give you clarity. Aw, thank you, Zora's mom. Sweet dreams right back to you, sweetheart. Miss Lisa Michelle, I know you were here earlier. I don't know if you're still here or not. If you're gonna watch this over here on YouTube. So you have, I always murder the names of these, and I always want to call this one radio, even though it's not radio. But my brain goes radio every fucking time. And then I start singing Radio Gaga. I don't know what it is about this rune in particular, but then I start singing Radio Gaga. It's not. It's Rido. But my brain says radio. But this one right here is all about finding your rhythm. And notice that this is how it fell, okay? Like this. So, right now, it's almost like, it's not quite sideways, it was like that. It's like your rhythm has gotten turned off. Does that make sense? You've gotten out of your own rhythm. And to be honest, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that you've been looking at it like it's a bad thing. Holy shit, y'all did hit 750,000. I had to have a toy to play with. Sorry. Like I needed a squishy. So, sometimes when we get off of our rhythm, it's because we needed to. It's because our rhythm was putting us in a rut. Our rhythm was putting us in a rut. So when we get off of our rhythm, it can cause us to be suddenly like super uncomfortable because we liked that rhythm. That was our rhythm. That's what we did. And now that we're off of that rhythm, we don't really know what to do because that was our rhythm. That's what we were doing. So don't stress about having your rhythm get off. If you are, let me say it this way. If you are supposed to get back on that same rhythm, you will. You absolutely will. The universe will make you do it. And if not, if you just need to take a break from the rhythm, from all of the things that you've been doing, your schedule, the synchronicities, etc., then you will absolutely be off of it for a little bit. I have a feeling you probably just needed to step away from the rhythm. You needed to step away from the schedule and the cycles and the rut for a little bit. So just enjoy it. Just consider it a vacation from the cycle. Does that make sense? Thank you, Alice. Just consider it a break from the cycle. I mean, do the Mr. Bean and be like, flip off whatever you need to flip off. That's what I would say. Just be like, it is what it is. Yeah, take it as a breather. It's exactly what I would do. All right, Jen W, you ready? It is what it is. And then Liz, you are next. All right, let's see if I can just get one for Jen. Gibbo. The gift. So what's interesting about this one right here is no matter which way you turn it, it's always right side up. It's always right side up. So even though the rune itself was sideways, it's still technically right side up. So this is the gift. This is a divine interaction. This is not so much being in the right place at the right time, but it's just being given an opportunity, being given something. So let me say this. Just because the rune itself is sideways, I have this feeling that you've been given an opportunity and you haven't accepted or declined yet. It's just sitting there. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision because I knew I was going to yawn. I was like, just come on. Because this opportunity is holding up other things in your life. You're going to have to make a decision. You either are going to take the opportunity or you're going to decline the opportunity. But right now, that opportunity just sitting there open like that, it's got you in a holding pattern. It's got you in a holding pattern. So you have to make the decision one way or the other. Okay? If you don't, you are not going to move forward or backwards. You're going to stay right there. The universe needs you to say yes or no. Each way has other decisions and other opportunities that come with it. So this one right here is literally holding you back. Okay? This one right here is holding you back. I know. I feel like this is something where you're just like, I don't want to decide. Like, I don't want to decide. But make a decision, Jen. It'll move you forward, even if you think it moves you backwards, okay? All right, Liz, you ready? It was like 3 right there. Still. I just need 1. Liz, thank you. But kept doing 3. I'm like, stop it. Why are all y'all whopper-jawed this evening? Not all of you, but a lot of you are whopper-jawed. Let's see if I can pronounce this one right. I'm going to fuck it up. Iwas. I probably fucked it up. This one right here is your transportation. This is your horse. This is your relationships. This is your interpersonal relationships. Okay? This is how you move. But the problem is, this is sideways. This is sideways. I don't think that you're stuck. I don't think that you're stagnant. I may feel like you are, but I don't think you are. I think that what this is referring to is relationships. Because I don't, it doesn't feel right saying that you're stuck, as in like you can't go anywhere, you can't move. I have a feeling that this is more in relationships, interpersonal relationships. So I would look at the relationship right now that you are having the most issues with, whether this is a family member, whether this is, I actually feel like it's probably a family member. I actually feel like it's a family member. Look at where that relationship feels like it's wrong. Does that make sense? I should not have turned on the lava lamp because I keep seeing it. I'm like, it's a lava lamp. I just want to watch the lava lamp. Maybe I need to turn that on when I go to bed. It's like super satisfying. Okay, sorry. My sorry. My sorry. So Liz, look at the family member you're having the most problem with. With this rune being sideways like that, I don't feel like the situation with this one family member is going to radiate out and cause all these problems with other ones. It's like it's just pausing everything. And here's the thing. The holidays are coming up. The holidays are coming up. Thank you, Amy. How are you, sweetie? The holidays are coming up. It's never fun to be in opposition with someone in our family. And it's especially never fun to be in opposition or have a pause in a relationship with someone in our family during the holidays. Because, I don't know, this world's volatile, man. You never know when you're going to yawn in the middle of a sentence. You never know when. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what I'm saying. So don't let an issue with a family member stand in the way of holidays, of moving forward and things like that. Now, if you make the first move, Liz, and, they shut you down and they're still going to be holding on to this or whatever, then I want you to look at it this way. You did. You tried. And be cordial. Be sweet. Be loving. Let them continue to be the asshole. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I know it sucks being that way, especially when somebody is being an ass. But It will make this situation easier on everybody else around you guys. Does that make sense? I hope that, I don't want to say made sense. You can tell my energy is like, it is hit the dirt. But I'm going to say this. Just be the bigger person. Yeah. Just be the bigger person. If that makes sense, Miss Liz. So, Miss Liz was my last one. So I'm going to close YouTube over here. Thank you guys for watching so long over there. I appreciate it.